It's a makeable shot by him.
You're also seeing I think you're going to see this during the regular season. Ben Simmons goes to the bench, and then he'll come back and play with reserves, and you give Irving and Durant a break. Tip won't fall from Sharp. You got to stagger your big three. Here's Edwards. He'll get aggressive offensively against Morris. Slow-mo. Kyle Anderson can't hit. Rebounded by Durant. Maybe the greatest nickname that fits a person.
I think Tim Duncan might have given that to him. The Spurs definitely gave it to him.
Yeah.
You were talking about Ben Simmons coming off the bench. They did the same thing with James Harden, except that Harden was more of a scorer when he came in.
And Markieff Morris connecting right there. Trying to make sure he's on this net roster. In the lane, Towns, runner goes down, and a foul is called. Karl Anthony Towns gets that continuation. He'll go to the line with a chance at three-point play. We're talking about Kyle Anderson, calling him slow-mo. He was part of a St. Anthony's team in 2 years that went 65-0 for that storied program there at St. Anthony's. Coach Hurley.
And to your point, he does everything in slow motion, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's big.
Yeah. Well, he's probably not moving as slow as he looks, but it just looks like everything is so, slow, but he gets wherever he needs to go. He moves at his own speed.
You know who they say that about as well, and I'm not going to compare him to him, Luka Doncic.
Yes.
The game moves at his pace, which is usually pretty slow.
Kyrie. Mills, extra pass. Morris, a three, won't go.
Nets are 0 for 4 with those corner threes so far. Royce O'Neal, 3, and just there, Markieff Morris.
Former net Taurean Prince in the game. We get a whistle and a foul on the Towns drive. It's on. Somebody to get that on.
Day'Ron Sharp. Interesting, right? Rudy Gobert, since he's been out of the game, now Karl Anthony Towns just attacks the basket. As opposed to standing on the perimeter. He's actually been more active, more involved now.
Well, that's a challenge for Chris Finch, who signed off on the deal. But they brought it to him when it was in the planning and the negotiation phase as Towns makes that free throw. And Finch got excited and said, no, we can make this work. How do you see it working, though?
Well, Towns is so versatile offensively, and I really think more it was defensively. When you look at the way that Karl played last year against Memphis, I know he had some rough games offensively, but for me, it was on the defensive end. And I think that's where Gobert is really going to be able to help them and allow Karl the freedom to be out on the perimeter. There's going to come times where, especially late in games, he's going to be under the basket. He's going to have to do a much better job defensively, stay a lot more active, a lot more engaged.
Approaching the final minute of the first quarter, the final preseason game. That's a 6-point lead. Irving down to 3 to shoot. Working to the elbow. Talk about a guy who gets where he wants to get to on the floor. Nobody does it better than Kyrie Irving.
You look at Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, they could make contested shots. Amazing.
Towns went for a 2-for-1, missed a 3. Here come the Nets. Irving tried to split defenders, got tripped up, and a foul called against Minnesota. Here comes Naz Reid into the game, New Jersey product. And another New Jersey product going to work right there.
So Kyrie got tripped there the other night. There was a big controversy when Giannis Antetokounmpo stuck his foot out. I didn't see that originally. I thought everyone was upset and Kyrie was upset about the roll, but Giannis stuck his foot out. I think they're trying to get the ball, but he got Kyrie. You can't make that play.
Mills missing on a 3. Sharp going after the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Brooklyn. Well, also there's some history there. That's right. Kyrie Irving and Giannis in the playoffs a couple of years ago when he got taken out by Giannis, and Kyrie Irving felt that he undercut him purposely and forced him to miss the rest of that series, which, I mean, you want to really get as far as New Jersey could have cost the Nets a title.
To be upset.
As Morris missing on a 3. So could have cost the Nets a title, perhaps.
So 12 days from today, the Nets will be back in Milwaukee.
Yes.
To play the Bucks, which is turning into a terrific rivalry, especially when it's two teams featuring Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Less than a second different shot to game clock. Winding down the first. Naz Reid inside off the feed from Torian Prince. Minnesota cuts the lead to 6. Final seconds. Kyrie, a burst, a floater. It won't fall. The first quarter comes to an end.